Welcome to Take It from the Iron Woman. My name is Susanne Müller, your host and the Iron Woman. This podcast is about empowering yourself and others to make real changes in the world. You will hear from everyday, smart, sophisticated, hip people like you and me. Not everybody has to be an Iron Woman to impress the world. Together, we will learn from the sports and business leaders how you can become a more successful person as an entrepreneur or a leader. It's one step at a time, one day at a time. Take your steps now. Take your big steps now. Join me on this journey to success. Take It from the Iron Woman. We have more than 270 episodes, only with special guests. And today we go to Geneva, Switzerland with Sanaz, talk about life, talk about women in international trade and also your background. But please introduce yourself. Who is Sanaz who's joining us today?
Hi, hello, Suzanne. Thank you so much for providing me with this wonderful opportunity. My name is Sanaz Javadi. I'm originally coming from Iran. It's been a few years that I'm living in Switzerland. I have had a lot of diverse experience in working in Iran, UAE, Turkey, Southeast Asia, Switzerland, Italy, Spain, combining different experiences in legal environments, including international trade and intellectual property. And because of the projects that I was involved on behalf of different UN agencies in Geneva, I've been deep diving to women economic empowerment and the role women play in international trade.
You mentioned mentoring and teaching. Let's go there a little bit. That's also my passion.
We were discussing this before, Suzanne. I've been teaching since I have been 18 years old, since I joined law school in Iran. I always like to have students around me to teach, to inspire them, to help them, to give them insight. Because of the projects that I was working on with Swiss government, different UN agencies, as well as European Union. And of course, during the pandemic time, joining an NGO, international NGO, OWIT Geneva, Organization of Women in International Trade, Geneva chapter. I had the possibility to start mentorship program for women in international affairs, as well as women entrepreneurs, indigenous women. And we have also run a very new mentorship program for lawyers and law students, which is a virtual mentorship program. Helping lawyers and law students, men and women both, to have a different insight about their legal past, legal career, and having more visibility on what's happening in international environment. And as mentorship is a very crucial solution, or I can say a crucial component of today's world in order to lift our skills and capabilities, I'm really thrilled to continue these mentorship activities across different countries and different regions.
I think the mentorship has become a huge element of training people, lifting the younger generations up. And I've listened to the founder of the Grameen Foundation, Jacqueline Novogratz, and she says, we are privileged because we have an education, we are in the business, but it's now our duty to give back to others and mentor them. What would have happened if I had a mentor when I was 15, 16, 17? And mentorship is also that I can learn. It's not only a one-way street. How do you see that?
You really raised a very valid point. I was telling the same when we started to run this new mentorship program for lawyers and law students. If I had a mentor when I chose law school, when I chose to be a lawyer, of course, maybe the whole life path or career path or even personal path would have been different. And I really like mentorship because of this mutual interaction that we can have with the mentee, which is really different from like the mere legal advice or consultancy session. And you can also learn from mentees. You can inspire them. You can lift them up. You can show them the way. And most of the mentees that I have at the moment, they don't know how to choose their path. They don't know which area to follow, which country to immigrate, which field to be active on. And they are a bit lost, especially I think in legal community, we really lack this perspective because most of the law students, they either want to be a lawyer or a judge, or, the perception is really somehow, I cannot call it narrow-minded, but it's really narrow and limited. Mm-hmm. And when you are active in international area, international domain, you get some insight that it's really different from mere going to the court or being a judge. What I mean, I think this helping because working in different projects, different countries, interacting with different cultures, different people, it gives you a general perspective, a broader perspective, how the life is and how the life can be or should be. This is really important to give this insight or transfer this perspective to other people. When I talk, for example, to my mentees, because now we have 2, 3, 4 mentees per week, it's a really intense program. And when we talk, most of them are asking, okay, what do you recommend? And I'm okay, mentorship, I can recommend, but I cannot decide on your behalf. I show you the way, I show you the perspective, but it's you to choose based on your capabilities, potentials, and also personal life situation or specifications. I cannot decide on your own, but I can lead you to the way that you want. And especially for mentorship for women, especially in developing countries, it's really challenging because in developing and least developed countries, women are lacking a lot of issues. Lack of the knowledge, lack of the expertise, lack of financial means. And even in certain contexts, women also lack the decision-making power. Mentorship can help them to see how they can be, how they can use their inner potentials rather than just, going to the school or university or even getting married or bringing children. So through this mentorship, I'm really willing to show women how they can contribute their social role, how they can be active in the society, how can they bring a social impact to other people's lives, how can they be a change maker, even in a very slight way. It doesn't mean that everyone should be a president or a diplomat, change the words, but everyone can or should start from their own life or their own family, their own small surrounding to help others. And what we have been witnessing, the impact has been great. I did mentorship program for Graduate Institute Geneva, for UN specialized agencies like International Trade Center, ITC, a part of the study and the research that I did for European Union Intellectual Property Office was about the role and involvement of women in local communities through effective use of intellectual property system. And the major component of this research and this study is mentoring the program, helping women to how to be effective in the economy, how they can have economic contribution, how can they have more added value through effective use of intellectual property systems. So what I mean is that the mentorship program itself is really diverse. It can include different audience as mentees, different subjects, different areas. But at the same time, the final goal is the same. The final goal is empowering others, giving perspective to others, helping them. And the benefit is mutual. When I talk to my mentees, I learn a lot. I gain a lot of energy, a lot of inspiration. These 2 weeks, I've been working till midnight Geneva time, which is almost early morning in some other countries. But because I see this motivation inside my mentees, and they express their interest, that they're learning, they're getting a different perspective. So I'm really willing to continue this path. And I'm so happy that OWIT is providing these opportunities to the team to be mentors for other people, other organizations, either men and women, because we are not only limited to women, we are also mentoring men.
And we know women are 51% of the population. We are disadvantaged and we don't know about circles of women or OWIT or other organizations. Then how can we get to that next level? You and I who have the contacts, we need to lift them up. And what I sometimes see when I'm a mentor, it seems always when we look at your resume, that looks fantastic. Wow, what an easy life. How did you get there to where you are today? I'm wondering, how many obstacles did you have in your way? And when you look at obstacles are also here to teach us something. People think in Switzerland, the money lays on the street. I was born there and never saw money on the street. We all have to work. It's hard. I think sometimes people think I get a mentor and then life is beautiful. No, the secret sauce is hard work.
This is a really valid point, Susan. First of all, I'm trying to giving this right perception to people who are referring to Switzerland. Okay, Switzerland is not easy. Living and working in Switzerland is not easy. And having an efficient network is not easy. So that you can have a network of women, men who are helping you in a way that you can progress, inspire you. And I'm really happy that I'm living in Geneva, because I really see Geneva as a very dynamic environment, so that when you find your relevant network, you can really progress and people help each other. But as you mentioned, people think that, okay, getting to this level is easy. Getting, for example, to United Nations is easy. Being a woman in this system is easy, which is not. I'm coming from a developing country. It's not easy. I have to always fight. My mentees also think, okay, now Sanaz is our mentor. So she has a perfect life. She's super happy. She doesn't have any problem, any challenges. But this is not true. I think at a later stage, maybe sometime in the next few years, if I'm still alive, I'm going to write my own book. And now I don't want to talk about challenges, but I want to tell my mentees that everyone has challenges in order to progress. And one day I will write what has happened to me to be just here, that I'm still progressing. I'm still hoping to advance, to get what I really want. And I'm really, my heart is beating for, which is really women empowerment, especially women economic empowerment. But you have to really be strong. As you mentioned, Susan, we have our own challenges, especially during the COVID time. It's been a very huge challenge. We've been super active in the society. One day, the governments decided you have to stay home. And this was a nightmare. It is still a nightmare. I loved Geneva for all these after-works, receptions, and networking events. And now everything is on Zoom. So the life is not the same. So this is why we were thinking how we can, with OWIT team, with some other colleagues in the other countries, how we can take the advantage of this situation to empower ourselves as well. And I think mentorship program, and also this mentorship program increased a lot during pandemic because people needed more coaching, more mentorship. They needed more help and support. And me, I had 2 different coaches during this time so that I can lift myself up.
It's about lifting each other up. And I know the COVID situation is not easy for nobody. Become a member of, let's say, OWIT or any other organization and then it's about collaborating. And I always say networking is work. It has the word working in it. We underestimate it. So networking and mentorship is key in any career.
It is, Susan, indeed. Okay, when I was living in other countries, it wasn't this way. But I can say that at least in Switzerland, what I gained till now, all these projects, mentorship programs, teaching experiences has been always because of networking, because of knowing the right person having the right connections. And I always emphasize to my mentees that having the relevant academic or professional background is one thing, but having the efficient and right connection is another issue. The whole package is counted. And this package is comprising your background together with your soft skills, which is the ability to interact, to present yourself. So through this mentorship, because unfortunately, many people, even sometimes me, we lack self-confidence. And mentorship can help. When I talk to my mentor, after finishing the mentorship session, I'm another person because she gives me a lot of inspiration, a lot of motivation. I'm doing the same to my mentees. Sometimes, Suzanne, you cannot imagine. I have a hard day or my energy level is so low. But when I start to talk to my mentees and after, 10, 20 minutes, I'm totally back to the track and I gain my energy back. And when we finish the session, in most cases, my mentees say, "Oh, thank you so much, Sanaz. It was really good. We got a lot of inspiration." I think this is the right timing, Susan, for having more and more mentors or mentorship programs in place. The life is not easy. We have to sometimes struggle to get what we want. And we always need a lead, need a help, a support, mental support, emotional support to help us to somehow someone who paves our way in a way that we don't know how to do it.
Thank you so much for all your wise words. And there's a lot more work ahead of us and a lot more mentorship programs ahead of. Thank you so much for your insights and good luck with all your projects.
Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity and looking forward to more cooperating with you. Bye.
What a nice conversation with Sanaz in Geneva. What are you taking away? Who are you mentoring? Who is your mentee or mentor? Take it from the Ein Woman. We have episodes every Monday, every Wednesday. There's something for everybody. After more than 270 episodes, you can pick what you. Thank you so much for your support and follow us or subscribe on your preferred platform and also on YouTube. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.